What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Animation Revaluation Podcast. I am Lizer, and with me, as always, is Jay. What's up, Jay?
Hey,
Why did your picture changed for a second?
what did it change to?
Gojo?
Huh?
It changed to Gojo. It changed to like your actual like Discord thing. Like your
Oh.
picture
Huh?
instead of the Garchomp.
And
That was weird.
did it change back to normal?
Yeah, it's back to normal now. It was like quickly like Gojo
weird.
and then it disappeared.
Huh? I don't know.
But
Weird
what's up,
Discord thing.
man? It's been a month since the last episode.
Yeah. Nothing for me has changed. But and during the heat, I'm finally back from Florida.
Florida. Let's go.
I think the last episode we had, I was like right about to leave.
I think you left like the next day.
Something like that, yeah.
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 Like, it's
'Cause-
gonna be fine. I'm only gonna be gone for, what was it, like a
A
week or
week.
2 weeks?
I've never, bro. If I ever say I'm going to Florida on my own free will, tell me no, because I always get stuck. I always get stuck
Bro, I
in
was out there
Florida.
for a month.
I was out there for like 3 weeks. It wasn't bad, but I don't like waking up at 7 in the morning and by 8 o'clock I'm already sweating.
Why am
Not
I
a
here?
Bro,
What?
I'm not a fan of that. Because I was just going for a week and to go pick up my grandmother, bring her back. But like all these different things started happening. Fucking air quality was absolutely terrible. It was like so thick you couldn't see.
It was the opposite of like, why are you in my house? Why am I not in my house?
I've never missed my bed so fucking much.
That was
in
like
my
the
life.
first thing you said to me. It's like, it feels so good to be in my bed.
Yeah, because I don't sleep well if I'm not in my bed.
Yeah, I don't sleep well if I'm not in your bed either.
Huh?
Huh?
Wait a minute. You've been sleeping in my bed when I'm not home.
When you're not home.
Huh?
Huh?
Wait a fucking minute.
Anyway, air gear. That guy's like, I knew it.
Now, I don't know this man.
Never met him in my life.
No.
Officer,
Never
that's
seen
him.
before. It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh, I forgot about that part. For me, this month has been just like very busy. These last like 2 weeks have been fucking incredibly busy.
Yeah, you've been telling me. I've been texting you while you're at work.
Yeah, I'm not okay.
All the shenanigans happening as soon as you walk in the
Yeah,
door.
bro, as soon as I walk in, it's fucking like 8 a.m. My shift ain't even start yet. Boom, pipe burst. Like, I'm still in my civilian clothes, my guy. Like, Jayville is the new fandom.
Oh god.
Let's go. Yeah, it's just it's been kind of fucky. Like, not bad, I'm just busy, you know, so I'm just always exhausted. Even this fucking anime, I've been so excited to watch it. I didn't start until yesterday, which is funny because we were supposed to do this last week. And I was sick.
Yeah, but yeah, things came up. Health is important.
Bro, I was like on my deathbed. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Usually that's what happens when you get sick. Like specifically you though.
Yeah.
You feel like
it's like
shit when you get sick.
I barely ever get sick, but when I do, it hits me hard as fuck. It's like everything just compounds. Like, boom, you're dying.
This goes wrong.
Yeah.
Plus you're dying.
Yeah. Guess what? You missed work. Rent's due. No.
Pain.
So yeah, I'm gonna fucking die disease when your tummy hurt you a little too much. Bro, I have bonitis. Let's go. Yeah, so I didn't get to watch too much of this. Honestly, I only watched the first 5. To be honest. But I do remember a lot, and I also like read a summary.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Here's the
I
thing,
watched
though.
for 6.
Alright. Here's the thing, though, with the anime. This is an anime that I can say, before we even get into it, needs a remake, current day.
I agree.
Because this anime came out, what, 2006? 2006?
Yes.
I don't
It
know.
it
It's been
it
so
it,
long that I said 2006.
yeah, 2006.
The manga finished in 2012. So
Yeah, I was
just
still reading it.
yeah. So there's a lot that this anime does not cover, but also just like quality wise, this could really benefit from a remake, like for the visuals and stuff.
I would beg for a redo.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
A remake.
Even if they did like just a fucking give me like OVA series or something. Like just
Yeah, I could work with that.
yeah, just condense a bunch of the arcs into like smaller OVAs. Just, current day quality, it would be amazing. Uh, but yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
So Air Gear. I forgot to get memes. I just realized. Oh, well. Air Gear is a story about our main character here, Itsuki Minami, also known as Iki, and he's kind of like your run-of-the-mill.
It's basically
Like,
TFT.
what the fuck was that? What
I
the
warmed
fuck
them
was
up.
He's your run-of-the-mill, like any anime you've seen back then, like 2006, where like there was a protagonist that's like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, I'm gonna be the number one, like that's who he is. I can say that in the early stages of Air Gear, most of the characters are pretty fucking generic. I will absolutely say that. This is very much a show or a series where, I don't know, maybe the author didn't have, a grand scheme in mind when he first started it, and it just kind of took off, so he just like went, as he went along, he made more things. But it seems in the very beginning, it's just like, hey, this guy, he's kind of a little street thug. He lives with these girls that he treats like sisters, but they're not actually his sisters. They're all sisters, they're just not related to him in any way. There's these things going around called air treks, which are these skates that you see, and they're just basically motorized skates. Funny that this came out in 2006, and now we have like motorized bikes and scooters and shit like that. So this is kind of a viable thing now.
Yeah.
But they just have like a mini motor that makes them go like dumb fast, and you can like customize it to break the law and like go even faster, just like real life. Yeah, so he gets kind of treated like shit by these girls, and let me introduce them real quick. We have eldest sister Rika, who I don't think we ever see it in the show, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. If anyone watched the last podcast where I was like, oh yeah, there was one person that like he's on his skates and she's just fucking regular ass shoes and beats his ass, this is her. Yeah, this is a bad bitch, but she's just very nonchalant until she needs to, until she needs to not be. I don't know who's the second oldest. I'm gonna think it's this one, Mikan. She's the tomboy, like always hitting Iki, like actually physical violence hitting. Very into video games. Here's Ringo, who is like girl next door vibes, glasses, bahonkers, secretly in love with Iki but won't say anything. Everyone else knows though, except Iki. And the youngest one,
Protex though.
yeah, the youngest one, Shiro Ume. Everyone just calls her Ume, and she's like 10 years old, obsessed with making these like Medusa dolls, and is like a goth. Kind of. I don't know. She's weird. Creeps me out. But they're all siblings. They all live together with Iki and kind of just treat him like shit. The only one who really looks out for him is Ringo. And by the way, doesn't Ringo mean apple?
Yes.
So her name's Apple. Okay, cool. It's fucking stupid. Anyway. Doesn't Mikan mean orange?
And wouldn't you think what fucking...
Wait, what does Rika mean?
Hold on, wait, I got you. Hold on.
Wait, are they all fucking fruits?
I think
Hold
they're
up.
fruit.
Wait, are they all fruits? What the fuck?
No, Rika, well... Rika's like village, or beautiful village.
Oh, okay.
So Rika gets a pass.
And Shiraume, I doubt that's a fruit. I mean, ube is a fruit, but not
Ube
ume.
is a fruit. No.
Anyway, so
It's a plum.
he is like going through the house one day after they beat his ass and like didn't feed him. They're all in the bath. He's trying to sneak a peek. He busts his ass. He just goes through the house and it's like, hey, there's this room that like I'm not allowed in. Oh my god, there's ATs and videos of ATs in here and an emblem that says like Sleeping Forest. Wonder what that is. I'm gonna take it. And he takes it and shenanigans ensue. And long story short, but these girls are basically an AT gang. They don't call it a gang, but that's what it fucking is. It's a gang. Like all of them are called groups, right? Or crews or whatever you want to say, teams. But it's an illegal sport, and they fight and claim territory, so it's a fucking gang. You can't tell me otherwise. But these girls were in Sleeping Forest, which was, as we can tell from the very beginning, everyone is like interested in this emblem. They're like, oh my god, you're from Sleeping Forest, holy shit. Like, it's kind of a big deal. But they're just like very nonchalant. It seems like they've kind of retired, I'm guessing. Iki has no idea. He's just like, whatever. So we have him going against like, like I said, he was like a regular street thug kind of kid. So there was like a group that he tried to fist fight once, and they had ATs and he didn't, so they bust his ass. So the first thing he does is like try to get revenge on them. He actually wins, which is weird because he can barely fucking use his skates. It's really weird to think about actually, because he wins the whole race and then afterwards gets lessons on how to use the skates. How the fuck did that work?
I got nothing. They tried figuring something out.
Like I said, a lot of the very beginning of Air Gear just kind of feels like the writer was just like, yeah, I'm gonna write this, it's gonna be like a sports thing. And by the end of the Air Gear manga, it's like people have died, someone's paralyzed. God has a child walking among us, like that type of shit. You're like, huh? So yeah, secret life these girls are living. Iki is obsessed with this one girl that he saw. Her name is Simca, and he would always see her in the same spot, just like doing tricks and stuff, going on her way. And he wouldn't say anything to her. She most likely, in his own words, doesn't even know that he's there. But he admired her. It's unclear if it was like, oh, she's hot, or he admires like the freedom and he wants to have that, to be out in the air. He's represented by a crow, so it's a lot of like the bird needs to spread his wings kind of thing. So it could be a little bit of both. But he sees her at like this meetup that he just like randomly runs into, of like all the big time AT gang members basically, and they're all like slapping stickers on her, and it's like, ooh, she's the model girl. He's like, can I do it? And she makes him chase her, and he slaps his sticker on, and it happens to be over the sticker of the crew that like beat him up before he had the ATs, hence why he had to fight them and win and everything. So that's when he wins that, gets a kiss from her like on the cheek. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I did great. Gets home, gets his ass beat. You took our shit, blah blah blah. How dare you use our emblem? He still doesn't understand what an emblem is. So he does the same thing again with Resboa dogs. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys that just had like dog masks on and was led by Elvis.
Literally, Pompadour.
Yeah, and he even talked like Elvis. Did you watch sub or dub?
I watched. No, I watched the sub.
The sub, was he talking like Elvis in the sub?
Nah.
In the dub, he was. It was straight up like the the whoa baby.
I gotta. I'm sorry.
It's
He's
amazing.
actually one of my favorite characters.
It's amazing. It's like, you better keep going or you're gonna get an even harder one next time, boy. Don't disrespect me. Like, why is Johnny Bravo here? But yeah, he beats Thumb too, and that's when they're like, seems like we gotta, disband now. He's like, what do you mean? Well, you challenged us for our emblem, you won, so you get our emblem. We have nothing anymore. We're no longer a group. And they're like all sad about it. He's like, whoa, hold up. If that was the case, I would have never did this. I was just, I just wanted to have some fun. Here, take your emblem back. But that's like disrespectful in the world of like the AT street racing or whatever. So he's kind of like chastised for that. Simca takes it. It's like, haha, if you don't want it, I'll take it. They chase her. Iki's like, what the fuck, man? I didn't even get the prize that she promised me, and then she comes back. She's like, put your head in my titties. He's like, oh my god. Which, mood. But that's when he realizes like what the symbols mean. And he realizes that he's been using Sleeping Forest symbol without their permission, and basically putting their whole group at risk. Even though they seem to be inactive, it's still not a thing to do that he wants to do. So he decides he's going to make his own group. Now in this group, he wants to put his best friends, which are Kazuma, aka Kaz, who, I will be completely honest, in the very beginning is just the blandest character. He is just there. But by the end of the series, he is like on par with God, which is a thing that like almost all these characters will do in this series. But he's just like generic friend that's there. He has a beanie. Oh boy, does he have family problems? Maybe. I don't fucking know. I think I remember that. I don't know. And then Onigiri. No last name given. He's just Onigiri. Fat dude, big lips, super pervert. It's hard to say that he also develops. Like, he does. He can be on par with like some of the best when it comes to like the end of the series. But for the most part, he's treated as like a joke character. He skates around like he'll handstand, put his head in a skate, and just like skate like that. It's really fucking stupid. I don't like his character. They try to redeem him. I never liked him. I don't fucking know. He's also like in the English dub played by the one guy who's in every fucking anime. I think his name's like Greg Ayers or something. It's like, if you're gonna have like a perverted like side character, he plays him. But yeah, they make up the crew. I'm even forgetting what the name of the crew was, to be honest. But they know that they have to.
Something,
yeah. It's like the name of their school, like the blah blah guns or something like that.
It's like, yeah, that's real, and that's like real threatening.
Yeah.
God.
Guns. Oh my god. I think they change it later on too. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time. But their first thing they want to do is like, they need better parts. Store-bought ATs can only do so much. You need to be able to get better parts to enable you to like, surpass your limits. But also like, to do certain tricks and things, you need to have certain wheels that can like stick to walls and stuff like that. And also just trying out different things to like better your own style and see what you're most comfortable with. So they decide to look up Part Wars, because they're broke and they can't afford to buy parts. So they can battle for parts. and they find that this one guy, I think his name is like Bucha,
Butcher, yeah.
Butcha.
Yeah. Buccha.
Okay, because I have like his real name. That's his nickname. I have his real name here.
Oh.
He has like wheels, I think, that he's looking to put on for a battle. So they see this guy, and this is what he looks like. It's like, oh, it's that fat ass guy from like class 2 down the hall. It's like, whatever. We can take him on. It's not a big problem.
I fucking love this character, dude.
And he's just like, wow, guys, yeah, of course. You don't even got to put anything else up on for this. I have all the parts I need. It's fine. And he seems like a pushover. This is what he looks like during the battle. So if you've watched like, I guess a good like comparison would be like Choji from Naruto, where he like packs on the pounds but he uses it for power.
Yeah.
So this guy can like take all his body mass and like rearrange it into pure muscle and just fucking go ham. And he seems to have he seems to have like a fucking split personality. Like he's the soft like fat boy, but then this fucking like hardened military drill instructor style like what the fuck is happening type of shit. And he's obsessed with being like the best. He wants to fly. So when Iki beats him by like jumping over him, he has like, wow, he's flying higher than I could, like that type of thing. It's kind of stupid.
I didn't get it. I didn't get the whole flying thing until like maybe like 4 episodes in.
Yeah. Because again, this is like very early in. Like we're gonna get, like if you continue with this, again, I don't know where the anime leaves off on, but like for the manga, you're gonna get to parts where they're fucking like on skyscrapers and shit. Like they're actually just in the air, and it's gonna get crazy. But this is still super early. But they're having this battle, and while they're having it, Ringo's watching, and also Spitfire. It's this guy right here. And I don't know what he sounds like in the Japanese version, but in the English dub, I swear that this guy was gonna tell me that like Solid Snake is his brother and he got all the good genes. He just kept like 1%. There's no way he can pass the wall with 1% chance. And my god, Metal Gear. It's like, what the fuck? He's just fucking British. I don't know why. He's what's known as one of the 8 Heavenly Kings, which, just think of that as like the 8 bosses you have to fight in order to become like the best of the best. So he's one of them, and he's watching, and Iki does his thing the whole time. He's doubting him, and Iki wins, and this guy, I guess he wants to speak to him and like praise him or whatever. You did a good job, kid. He comes down. And again, his name's Spitfire, so there's fucking fire everywhere whenever he uses like his skates to like zoom in, and everyone's just fucking in the middle of the flames. Like, stop, drop, and roll! Oh my god! Did they say that in the sub?
No.
In the dub,
They left
fucking
that
Onigiri Onigiri runs. He's like, he set the school on fire! Oh my god! He's just like in the background the whole time. Just stop, drop, and roll.
I think Dub just has fucking gems. I always, when I watch stuff, I always, it's just the gravitation towards, because it auto sends you to sub. So I never really think about it, and then I realize, sub is probably a fucking hidden gem. Like how it is with Ghost Story.
Yeah. Dude, Ghost Stories. I kind of want to do another episode on Ghost Stories where we watch the sub instead.
Oh god.
Just actually watch what it was meant to be. But yeah, he introduces the idea of the 8 Heavenly Kings and all that. And then he's like, yeah, there was more than just me watching. And they look up and there's like a fucking million skaters just like literally flying away. Like they all jump in the direction, and if you noticed, like earlier in the show, there was no building there, so I don't know where the fuck they're going. They're just flying away, and Simca's there. She's like, hey, and she's like, oh, okay.
She also can fly.
Yeah, she's called Simca the Swallow. Do with that what you will.
Like the bird, right?
Yes. like the bird, right?
Like the bird, right?
Now there is another character I want to get into, that we didn't see.
The one that looks like in a fucking straitjacket.
Yeah. Boom. Here they are. Akito and Agito. Let's see. Have you ever heard of somebody going through therapy?
Sure. Okay.
Alright, so this is what happens when someone that needs to go through therapy doesn't.
Oh.
So this is just one character. Alright?
Oh.
Depending on what side the eye patch is on, he's
Is the
completely different. Yeah. So
I see.
I could have the names backwards. I don't know which one's Akito or which one's Agito. I think
Akito? Hold on.
I think Akito with a K is the
With a
good
K.
one.
Yeah.
He's like a little fluffy. He's a bottom. He's straight up like the BL. Like, oh my god, he's in love with Iki, much to the hate of Iki. Used to be known as the Fang King, and was like super powerful and like could take people down in the most brutal ways, until he got disgusted with himself for doing that, and claims that that's when the personality switch happened and like fractured his psyche, and that's how Agito was born, and he's like all the bad stuff and the new Fang King. But then it gets even weirder.
Oh.
Because
Nice.
way later down, we get to a third personality, which is Lind.
What?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
That's
Apparently,
not even within like any of the spectrum of the first two.
apparently he is the true personality and does not give a fuck about anyone. And is like the most powerful version. And that
Okay.
these two are actually split from his psyche.
There's two of them.
There's a third one now. But yeah, he was very much a fan favorite. For the edgelords, they loved the Agito. The Fujoshi girls and the BL lovers and all that loved Akito. It's like little soft boy. I feel like Song would like Akito. She should have been on this episode for this. But he's honestly kind of a badass, especially when you first get to see him, because when we first see him, he's in the evil form. He's working with his older brother, who's like in the SWAT team or whatever, and they're taking down the air riders, everyone doing air track, the illegal racers, and they gotta fight him and do shit, and it's kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. But like I said, this anime would really benefit from updated visuals, because holy shit, imagine like the Demon Slayer team working on this.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would go crazy.
Hell yeah. Bro.
Oh, the fight scenes in this anime actually go pretty good.
Yeah, like they're not
Something
bad,
like
but
that.
like it's just like I know that with current day stuff we can do so much better. And like just knowing what the story is later on, it's so much better than what was actually adapted. I'm just like, please, somebody pick this up, please. Please. But that's kind of all I have to say about it, to be honest. There's a ton of things that I can say, like, that's further in that the anime probably doesn't even fucking get close to. Children of the Tower. I'm sure people don't know what the fuck that is if they've never read the anime. I mean, never read the manga. What the fuck does that mean? There's a whole team of females only that like fucking sleep naked with you, and somehow that tunes your skates. I
can't find the logistics with that one.
I could be misremembering. Maybe they just also tune your skates, but
they might just do it for you.
I know Simca was supposed to be one of them, and she like branched off.
She seemed like she was doing her own thing, anyways.
Yeah, but like originally she was one of them. I don't know, man. She's done various things within the show and the anime. She also has yeah. She also I very much like. I'm gonna give some spoilers here.
Okay.
So Simca is very much just like the tempting character, like she's just there for the fan service, right? But later on in the manga, she actually becomes pretty vital to the story, to the origins of AT and like why people are doing what they're doing, and the 8 Kings and all that type of stuff. She gets fucked up pretty bad. Not gonna lie, she ends up in a wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she cuts her hair, which I think looks way better, to be honest. And I'm a fan of long hair, but it just fits her better. And she adopts a more serious personality and helps Iki out a lot more later on. So they make her into a more serious character. And I fucking love it. She is so much better later on. More than just like eye candy. And that's what I mean, like the development of the characters. Like everything is very just kind of cut and dry in the beginning, and it just very much feels like I'm gonna make this cool concept, and then it took off, and he's like, well, I gotta continue it now, so let me actually give it a story.
It's a lot more than just, fighting on fucking motorized rollerblades.
Yeah, people's lives are at stake. Motherfuckers get actual superpowers.
Yeah, I was like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, he just did 3 flips? Holy shit, that's so cool. That's like episode 2. And you get to like manga chapter 100, and it's like, he just fucking did a Kamehameha? Excuse me? He did a fucking what now? That motherfucker's charging a spirit bomb.
I'm out of here. It's like I don't even want to see if he could do it.
Yeah, like that one comic strip with the boxers.
Yeah.
I know he probably couldn't, but I wasn't gonna fuck around and find out and see if he could. But all in all, like I really like Air Gear. I have a lot of fond memories. But I mean, I want people to go out and support the anime. But honestly, if you want the true Air Gear experience, I would say read the manga. Just the first 5 that I watched, I would say maybe a 5. Honestly, like it's fun, but I know that there's so much more that could be done with it. So I'll stick right there. It's pretty mid in the beginning. I'll say that much. What about you?
So I've actually never. Most of my knowledge is from the scattered mangas in my school's library.
Yeah.
So watching the anime, I did like it. It's a little different, at least when it wasn't necessarily lost in like conversion from manga to anime, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
But it was alright. I could also give it a 5.
Yeah.
It was alright. I do think it needs a visual upgrade.
Yeah. It's like it came out in 2006, and it was only
This
out
is
for
also
like
one of
a
those
month.
animes that this is also one of those animes that it's like, yeah, don't let people just walk in randomly.
I like that they have like I was watching it on Funimation, and and it was the uncensored version. So it's like sisters come out of the bath, titties out, but then the crow is like over the vagina.
Yo,
Also, they
I was like,
don't straight up say it, but the crow is an actual character. It's not just like there.
it's
for
not
the anime.
edited in.
Yeah, it's an
No.
actual character that like people are aware of.
I think it's great.
Like no one acknowledges it until Buja is like, "I want to eat the crow."
Wanna
And we're
eat
like,
it.
"Excuse me." Like the fucking what?
It's like, okay.
Because I've seen plenty of anime that will do that. Like, oh no, boobies are out and there's like a chicken there, but the chicken's not actually there. It's just for censorship. This is just like, nah, he's actually just flying in front of her vagina. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
He's doing God's work. That's all.
Yeah. But yeah, this is something that I would say like it gets a low score not because it's not good, but because it just lags so much in the beginning. And again, it just it's not confirmed that I know of, but it just very much feels like the author had an idea to do this cool skating thing. It kind of picked up, he wasn't expecting it, and then he had to make a story later. You know? So I definitely recommend later stuff for Air Gear, but beginning, I mean, honestly, you can skip a little bit. No
Time to go back to read it.
Yeah, no one's gonna be mad at you.
It's time to go relive fucking middle school.
Hell yeah.
I was not supposed to be reading this in middle school.
Hell no.
That's for sure.
Oh man. Anything else you want to add before you tell us what we're watching next time?
Motorized rollerblades. Pretty cool.
Yeah. They gotta exist at this point, right? Like, I'm sure that there's some form.
I saw a video of like, you know, kind of like you're walking, but you know the shoes make it feel like you're running.
Yeah.
First thing.
Yeah, I saw that. It has like the spring in it or something.
Something like that. I was like, huh.
Just add wheels. Boom. There you go.
There you go. We're there.
Alright, what are we watching next time, brother?
Coming from the same realm of Soul Eater. Ta-da.
Fire Force. Alright. This is something that I started watching and never finished.
Probably.
I
definitely mentioned this to you.
Yeah.
Before.
I mean, I know how it ends. I know that it's apparently a prequel. I don't know how the fuck that works. But apparently that's what it is.
It's probably before. Excuse me, Jesus. But Fire Force. Fuck. Yeah. This shit caught my attention like from day one.
Yeah, it looked great. I remember I was watching it as it came out, and that's kind of why I trailed off, because I hate doing that. I like to watch it first.
Week by week is it's painful.
Yeah.
It is indeed painful. You gotta wait, and then it's a cliffhanger, and then you gotta wait more. And you're pissed. Yeah. You're just like, bro, what the fuck?
I just want to see the titties. I mean, I want to see. Anyway, I want to put you on to something real quick. I didn't know how to trail away from that. Jay, how do you feel about tea?
Like
black tea.
I prefer green, but I drink it.
Alright, how do you feel about Sprite?
Yes, I love Sprite.
Alright, so here's what you're gonna do for me.
Okay.
Next time you get a Sprite, get a second one, right? Just to keep, so you can enjoy the regular Sprite, you know, because obviously you wanted it because you got it. Get a second bottle. Take some like black tea bags, put them into the bottle, close it up, turn it upside down so that it'll, you know, steep. Let it steep and taste that shit.
How many tea bags do we put in the Sprite?
I put 2.
2.
Yeah, I put 2, but it, you know, it depends on.
Did you get it in the Sprite? How'd you get it in the bottle?
You just put the tea bag into you uncap it and you just put it down there. You stuff it in.
Oh, it didn't break.
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That
And
shit
then
is
turn
good.
it upside down.
Yeah, that way it'll steep.
Oh,
Because it floats on top of the Sprite. It doesn't have the same density as water.
right.
That shit is so good. I just wanted to put that on for everyone right now.
That's going on the list. That's going on the list of things for me to try before I die.
I've been drinking that the whole podcast.
Yeah, that is something to put on the list to do before I die.
Also, something for you guys to check out if you're watching this. We might do an episode on this. I'm not sure. We might not. We'll see. But the new Superman cartoon, My Adventures with Superman, on Adult Swim and on Max, pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie, pretty fucking good. And that's outside of the whole like, oh my god, tomboy Lois Lane, I need to stick my penis in it. Really good. So give that a shot too.
Outside of horny posters.
Yeah, just actually legitimately a good show.
Okay.
Yeah. So give that a shot, everyone. I think that's all I have to say.
Right. So hold on. Let me see what. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that'll work. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. That works. Yeah. No, I was just seeing what days possibly the next podcast would be on.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is he?
It's like the 20th, the 21st, if things are looking nice.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
I'll be a whole year older
Let's go.
by then.
No longer baby.
No longer baby.
Alright, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.